Obviously, in addition to learning the material covered in the course, you hope to get a grade which meets your needs. So, this course is graded on the 4 units given here. Unit 1 on environmental issues, Unit 2 on wildlife of the Northeast, Unit 3 on the body and disease, and Unit 4 on the brain, genetics, evolution, etc. Each of these 4 units will contribute 25% of the final course grade. If you go into the assignments link, which is the first link in the content area, you will see question sets for each of these 4 units. These question sets are 17% of the final course grade each, and then there will be another 8% which correspond to journals and ads. So let's study Unit 1, for example. Unit 1 is worth 25% of the course grade. 17% of this is based on question sets and 8% on journals and ads. The question sets are simply assessments which you take in Blackboard. You can watch the videos, read the course material, or if you begin the exam, you'll note that many of the videos are linked to the questions, so you can watch a video about the question before you answer the question. Once you complete a question set, you will get a grade. Now, these question sets are set to be taken multiple times if you'd like, and the highest grade will be recorded. So if you take a question set and get, say, a 70% because you get some wrong, you can go back and take the same questions. Now, the question order is altered, etc., but they will be the same questions, and you can then take the assessment again. If you get a higher grade, like an 80 or a 90, then that will be what is entered in the grade book. If you take it another time and get, say, 100, now you will have 100 for that assessment. And so the 17% of the course grade, which is based on the question sets for Unit 1, you could easily get 100 if you simply persist enough to take the question sets enough to master the material and get a grade that you desire. In addition to the question sets, you will see a link in the assignments folder for journals and ads. Journals tend to be less about a specific topic and more about critical thinking about the topic in general, and tend to be more written questions. You can type your answers, submit them to me, and I'll grade them and return them. These are worth 4% of the final grade in each unit. And then I ask you to come up with 4 ads for Units 1, 2, and 3. An ad is simply take a photo. Now this could be a photo from the internet, or as you'll see on my web pages and in the course material, you have hundreds and hundreds of photos which I have provided for you. So choose a photo which you feel makes a statement that you would like to convey. Part of living in our modern world is to convey information, and after learning new material, I'm asking you, what points would you want to convey to others? So I'm asking you to choose a photo, any photo, and then add some sort of a slogan which you feel conveys the point that you would like to make. And then add a few final notes on who is your target audience and why do you think this ad would be effective with them. In the assignments folder, I have sample ads, just so you can see what I'm talking about, and add instructions. In Unit 1, the ads are worth 4% of the final grade, the journals are worth 4% of the final grade, and so Unit 1 overall is 25% of the final grade. 17% for the question sets, 4 for the journals, 4 for the ads. In general, to speak frankly, I have observed the grades in this course to pretty much fall into 2 general categories. Students who do very well with A's and B's, and students who fail with F's. Most students fall into one of those 2 categories. Now, I think you can see why many students would do well in this class. The question sets can be taken as many times as needed, and the maximum score is kept. Most students have absolutely no trouble with the journals and ads. And so for most students, it is easy enough to get full credit on all of the units and end up with an A average simply by being persistent in completing the work. However, a number of students, for reasons I'm not quite sure, do not attempt many assignments, or sometimes even any assignments, in which case then obviously the grade is 0. If one were to complete no work in Unit 1, then the unit closes about a week after I ask you to finish Unit 1 and begin Unit 2. And so this will be on the course schedule and syllabus. And therefore, 25% of the final grade has been lost. If one were to then not hand in any assignments for Unit 2 on wildlife by the given deadline, then you would lose 25 points there as well. And so if you hand in no work in Units 1 and 2, you lose 50% of the final grade, and a passing grade is no longer possible. And so you control the grade that you will get in this class by the work that you attempt and the number of times that you complete these assignments, which will then determine your grade. Please let me know if you have any questions at all during this course.